Hello, my name is Lincoln Davis. I am in Professor Sistrunk's 925 Management Information Systems course. And today we will be working on Google Fusion tables using the data set that is given here. The data goes up to all the way to 8,000 cells. We don't need to go all the way down there. But what we're going to do is use the function concatenate in order to organize this data in a more concise way to be plotted on the Google Fusion map. And then from there, what we'll be able to do is organize the data in a way that is easier to analyze, easier to read for the people of the unit, be that at a job, a business, whatever you have. So first and foremost, what we want to do is use an empty column that has data that we don't necessarily need to use. So in this case, this would be property use. Property use, typically all of the properties that we see here are single family homes, being they're $1 million homes or $50,000 homes. They are typically used for single family homes. So what we're going to do is we're going to rename this. We're going to change this to either address or location. Me, I prefer location. And here we're going to use this cell here for the concatenate function. So in order to use this concatenate function, what we're going to do is hit the function key. We're going to select the function concatenate. It's been recently used, so you're going to hit OK. And what we're going to do is we're going to enter B2. We're going to hit tab, space, parentheses, space, parentheses. This puts parentheses between the B2 and the next function, or the next cell, which would be C2. It helps Google to be able to read these functions and not a long word when it's connected. So we're going to hit that, enter again. We're going to put the tab. We don't need the street type in there, but we do need the city, so we're going to put E2, tab. So it should look like this. It's going to give you a example here. So it's going to be 83, which is street number, US 90, Baldwin City, and the zip code there. We're going to hit OK. And we're going to space this out just so it can be more easy to read. So from there, we're just going to take this, it's going to highlight everything down, and what it did is it added the function to everything below it. Okay? So now we have the concatenate function. The concatenate function basically has concatenated all of the street numbers, street types, cities, and zip codes for all the data that we have here. But the thing about it is that we have so much data, we don't need that much. So what we want to do now is rearrange the data such that we only have maybe 100, 120 or less data points. So for me, the easiest way for me to do that is to click here, such that I can highlight all of the data that we have. Just drag it down all the way until I get to maybe 100, and 150 is fine. Let's put on the Google Fusion table. It won't be as much points as it seems. We're going to hit copy. And once we copy that, we're going to open a new Microsoft Excel document. And we're going to hit Control E. It's going to paste that. You can keep the same format that we have here, or we can change that. It doesn't really matter, but just for purposes of clarity, we're going to spread everything out a little bit. We don't need to do the search for street number, street type, don't really need to search for that. We're just going to space everything out. Just want to make sure everything's clear and concise for the viewer. We have sales price in there. We have sales date month in there. We have sales date month as well. Sales date here. So from there, what we're going to do is just, since we already have everything situated, we're going to hit File, Save As. We're going to do just name that book 13. Save that. And the next step is going on Google Drive and starting the Fusion table. So now that we're on Google, what we want to do is hit the Apps button. We're going to hit Drive. And it's going to redirect us to our Google Drive, of course. And what we're going to do is we're going to hit New. We're going to hit New, we're going to hit More, and then we're going to hit the Fusion tables. From there, the screen should pop up to browse the computer to find our Excel document that we've created earlier. So our Excel document is called Book 13. It's not showing up right here, so let me resave it into the desktop. Save as. See, it's in the documents library. I want it to be saved on the desktop. So let's save that on the desktop. Let's go back to the Fusion tables, and it should have popped up in the desktop now. The desktop folder. So go to desktop. Book 13. There it is. Hit next. We're going to let that run. Hit next again. Florida County City. Okay. That's what I want to name it. We're going to hit finish. As you can see, it's loaded at the top left here as Florida County City Fusion table, nice and professionally. But the thing about it is that we don't want our focal point to be on the city. We want our focal point to be on location. The highlighted point is the city. We want the highlighted point to be the location. So what we're going to do is hit this drop down box, change. From location, we're going to hit text. We're going to save that. And in our location, we're going to hit change. Hit location, and then we're going to save that. So as you can see, our text is not on city anymore. Our text is not highlighted on city, it's highlighted on location now, and this is what we want it to be. We can see that all of these addresses are correctly inputted. If they weren't, if we were to do the Google Fusion table, it wouldn't be able to input that. It would show as an error because of its inability to search for this location. So from there, what we want to do is file, geocode. We want to begin the geocoding process. And it shouldn't take that long to geocode since it's only 140 now. Let's say if your data points were maybe 1,000 or 5,000 or even 8,000, how we had before, it'll maybe take a little bit longer, anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes to upload. So we're going to just let this upload for a second and head to the Google Fusion table after it's complete. So now that our information has loaded, what we're going to do now is hit map of city. We have one place up here, but that happened in class today as well. We want to just zoom into this area here. As you can see, we have dots populated in this area. As we get closer and closer to it, we can see how dots are just populated in this one area here. There's our points. There's our points in the fusion table here. So from there, what we want to do is we want to go to change feature styles, hit buckets, hit the buckets. We want to divide it into multiple buckets. Let's say we want it into 4, and we want to do and then sales price. So we want to do I want to use this range here, but I want to do to instead of that, I want to do it to 150,000. Do this to 200,000. And then I want to do this to 250. And I'm going to do that to 330. Hit save. And as you can see, the dots have been populated differently in a different colorway. We can also change these colors so they're not as vibrant. But that's what they have to choose from, so we're not going to really go too much in depth into that. But we do have the colors there. And also from here, we want to add automatic legend. We're going to put it in the bottom right, or we can put it in the top right, it doesn't matter. And hit that. And now you can see we have a legend at the top right here. I showed you before that in order to see the legend, you have to go to change feature styles. You have to make sure you hit the show marker legend with the title, and it's going to be at the top right. I'm going to hit that save button again, and there you go. We have the sales price, area populated, color coordination with it, and that's how you do a Google Fusion map. Thank you for your time, and enjoy your night.